Hello my lovelies, and welcome back to your weekly reading for the 24th of February to the 1st of March. So as I always say, take some time to take some deep breaths, center yourself, and then just allow yourself to be drawn to either a crystal or a pile. And then if you are drawn to more than one pile, please do watch those piles, because there may be a little message in there that resonates with you, and you can take that forwards in the week as well. And let's just dive straight into it, because we know how it goes now. So in front of me we have your cards for the week. We have pile 1 with the clear quartz, we have pile 2 with the malachite, and we have pile 3 with the obsidian crystal. Okay, pile 1, let's have a little looky at what we've got this week. So you have picked the clear quartz, which is also here as well, because I love a bit of clear quartz. It's the master healer. It is very good for just kind of clearing out things and lifting energy. So let's have a look for what we have. So for you, we have the adaptability card. We also have the High Priestess card, and then we have the Sign from Heaven. So first of all, I kind of want to go to the High Priestess, because I'm feeling like we need balance. We need balance this week. Kind of maybe takes it a step back from things, reevaluate some things, look at where we want to be going next, like what is it that we need to know. It's a bit of going inwards, a bit of meditation, allowing yourself to see how we're feeling, where do we want to be going next. It just feels like a little bit of chill time, like a little bit of a take a step back, reevaluate things, because it just feels like something maybe isn't quite right, or that you're not quite right in yourself, and that you need a little bit of time to heal and let your sort of energy readjust. It feels like, I just feel like there's something else going on, and it could be spiritually as well with the Sign from Heaven, and also this card, the High Priestess, is quite a spiritual card. It's definitely that sort of connection to something more. So if you are just starting out on your spiritual journey, this is like a great sort of way to connect with yourself, to see who's there, to feel anything that's coming through. It doesn't mean you have to like see spirit or anything to feel spirit, because they can come through in so many different ways. They can give you signs, symbols, numbers. You can see animals like a lot of the time, and you're like, why do I keep seeing it? Well, look it up. Google is a great place to start. But there are also books out there as well. And I do feel like there is a learning that is happening with you guys as well. So like with this adaptability, it's like there's a change at the moment, and we need to just adjust things slightly. And I feel as well spiritually, it feels like there's a lot going on. So if you do work with spirit, it feels like there's changes going on, whether it's your spirit guides that changing, your vibration is higher. It just feels like there's this bigger connection, a higher connection that comes up here. I also want to put a healing around this time as well this week. So it's like you need to take a step back. We may need to readjust things, reevaluate things. We have to adapt. We have to make sure that we are on the right path for ourselves, because sometimes we think we are and we'll go in a certain way, but things change along the way, and we kind of have to see how we can change. How can we adapt to make this more how we wanted it to be, or to feel like it flows easier? Because sometimes we can come up against something and it's like, why isn't this working? And it can be because we need to take a step back, reevaluate, and then move forwards in a different direction. And I do feel like you'll still come to where you need to be. It doesn't matter which way you go about it. One way it feels like it's really tough and it's not flowing, but there's another approach that you may be missing at the moment, and it flows so much easier. So that is what I have for you guys this week. As always, please let me know in the comments below if this resonates and how your week goes. Welcome, pile number 2 for your weekly reading, and you have picked the malachite crystal. Very good heart sort of crystal, but with this I feel like this week is very much a protection and kind of keeping negative sort of energy away from you, or like transmuting some negative energy into more positive energy. Let's have a look what cards we've got. Open your arms to receiving. Then we also have the 10 of Wands, and we also have the full moon. So I kind of want to go straight to the 10 of Wands. I feel like burden, heavy. I'm feeling like down, I'm feeling tired, I feel a little lethargic, and I just kind of feel like you're taking on too much. Some of you taking on the world, like it is so much energy coming through, but it's like it's just too much for you. It's almost like your body isn't able to take this or move forward with this because it's weighing you down. So, and then you've got your open your arms to receiving. And also the full moon, it's very much like, you know, we need to this week let go of things a little bit. Don't stress if we can't get stuff done, because I feel like we have so much on our plate that it is affecting us. It is coming out maybe in physical symptoms for some of you, and I want to say stop. I want to just like, we need a break. We need to figure out what's going on here. What can we say no to? Because I feel as well that you group too, that you may say yes to things that you didn't want to say yes to, and this is just another thing added, and stress is what I keep getting for you, pal, too. So with the full moon, we need to kind of release things, we need to let go of things, we need to say no to things, we need to be okay with saying no to things, and that we're doing it for our health. It feels very much health-wise, especially with this green. There's definitely a health related issue here that either may come up if we don't like acknowledge this right now, or you could be at that point already, like a breaking point for some of you. So we do need to say no. We need to put ourselves first a little bit. We need to allow our kind of emotions to be acknowledged, because it's almost like we've got so much on that we're not even stopping to realise how we're really feeling, or how our emotion, where we are emotionally. I feel a little bit unbalanced emotionally. Some of you, it could be hormonal as well. But this week is definitely like almost like an alert. I'm like, ooh, we need to look at this. Like, stop trying to push through it, is the way this comes across. You've prayed for help, now be open to accepting it. So know that there is help like around you. You just have to kind of, the way I see it is like you have to hand things off to other people. Say like, I can't do this, can you do this? Or you will do this. In some cases, I feel some of you need to be a bit sterner with people. You need to be like, no, you do this. Because it's almost like there's this giving and receiving where you're always giving, and you don't receive anything back. So we kind of have to pay attention to those things when they come up. So that is what I have for you this week, pile 2. And as always, please let me know in the comments below, because I love hearing from you guys. And I hope you have a wonderful week. Welcome, pile 3. So you guys have picked the obsidian crystal, and this is very much like it's kind of like a protection against negativity, which has come up in the previous pile, but it's also a grounding, a rooting, a needing to connect with kind of like the physical world a little bit as well. It's almost like we are, the way I get this is like we've been putting ourselves kind of away from the world, so we need to kind of reintegrate into the world. Is the first thing that comes up there. So let's have a look what card we've got. So we've got world energy. So it's almost like we have actually been kind of feeling the energy changes that have been happening lately. I know there is a Mercury retrograde at the moment, so you may be feeling that. Everyone is different, but then maybe that sort of, there's a change somewhere and you're like, what is going on? It feels like you're picking up on the energies that have been changing lately to do with the astrology side of things. And then we also have the 2 of Cups, and we also have the Foundations card, which definitely makes sense with this crystal here. Like, I want to kind of like, I want dirt in my fingers, like in my nails. I want to feel it. I want to be outside. I want to feel connected to the earth. I feel like with some of you as well are quite conscious of how we treat the world, and also plastic comes up as well. So you may be like adjusting things in your home to make it sure that you are reusing things or changing things that are biodegradable. And this feels like a positive step. Also for you this week, I'm feeling like we need to reconnect, and this feels emotionally, we need to reconnect with ourselves, and if we have a partner, then maybe a need to reconnect with our partners as well for some of you this week. But my first sort of feeling here is an internal feeling for most of you for pile 3. Feels like we are having to allow ourselves to take a break, first of all, and also with the foundations card here, literally says time to step back and slow down. So there is this sort of, there's a need to look at ourselves internally and see where we can help ourselves a little bit more, which seems to be a running theme for this week throughout the cards. I've noticed. If you're thinking of a house move, this foundations card is very much, you know, there's I don't necessarily want to say you are moving like now. It feels like there's things being put in place. I feel like there's behind the scenes, there's things going on behind the scenes that you're not seeing, but it's movements towards you moving eventually. So it doesn't feel like a quick thing here. It feels like there's movement. I also want to say about balancing our emotions, and I just feel like a little bit more fun as well. I need a little bit more fun for you, pile 3. I feel like we have been feeling so out of sorts and out of balance that we need to take a step back. We need to have this sort of isolation in a way, because this card is very much a house in a hill with nobody around it in the way that I designed it. It's the feeling that I had when I designed it. And I feel like we have been through obstacles, we've been through challenges, we've been ups, we've been downs, and again, that off-balance feeling. So now it's kind of about building your foundations. There's some action that's needed, but it's like not action that is to be taken with many people involved. You need to make these decisions on your own. You need to decide what it is that you want. Again, connecting with your inner self and deciding what feels right to you. And it just feels like there's this change that is happening here. And pile 3 may be a little bit murky actually this week in making decisions. It's like it's almost, and again comes back to this energy that's happening at the moment is affecting this part. So if you're feeling a bit cloudy and it's been hard to make decisions, this is what it is. It feels like this is very much to do with this sort of energy that is happening universally. So know that this isn't, that this is normal, that other people are feeling this too. So this sort of self-care is needed around this time, and don't feel bad if you're not like seeing things clearly. It's not quite there. It's like it's nearly in your grasp, but I'm not quite reaching it. So know that that is normal to be feeling like this at this time, and give it a couple of weeks and it feels like things will feel lighter or easier. It doesn't feel like we're trying to get through things. It feels like, oh yes, I can breathe again. So that is what I have for you guys this week, and as always, please let me know in the comments below if this resonates with you, and I hope you have a wonderful week.